Welcome to the Press Play Podcast. I am Brian, and I am joined by two friends of mine, which is Chukola, otherwise known as Chuk, and Knight, which is otherwise known as Newt. This is the first time of having two people at the start, so say hello.
Hello.
All right, and then this gameplay that we're looking at is Shovel Knight. This is Chuk playing. We were talking about it earlier, trying to figure out something to play, and we just stuck with this.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll tell you out now, we started this podcast, and it turned out I did not have the audio running, but thankfully we caught that early on, and it wasn't during the editing process and all
Very
that.
silly.
Yeah. But, welcome back. Or, I guess, us is welcome back, but this is y'all's first time. Anyways, topics-wise, we're going to be talking about is first impressions of video games. This is when you first play, what do you look for? And how long does it take for you to usually beat a game? So this is like to sit down and completely... What would y'all say? Finish story or just 100% complete?
Story.
Just get to the credits, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel
So...
like 100%ing a game takes way longer than just getting through the story.
Mhm.
I will say I have 100% some games. There's just a lot of these games you can't do because it's so big.
Right.
Games are easier than others.
All right, so first impressions on video games. What do y'all look for? I look for is story usually. I'm a big sucker for story. What about y'all?
It depends on like what the themes are in the story, because I like story too, right?
Yeah, like you
But
don't want to play like a Barbie game story, you know?
Give him
But there
to
is like
me.
the game that I really like that is about stories, Deltarune. You guys have heard me like talk about it like
Oh yeah.
over and over again, Deltarune.
I'm still yet to play it.
Yeah, but have you ever wondered why I like it so much though?
What is
No.
that?
Okay, so the reason why is because here's the thing, right? When you think of a story like taking itself seriously, you think like heroes and like swords, legends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you think of like a game that's satire, you think of, things that kind of may poke fun or even make fun of whatever classic tropes there exists. But the
So-
thing with Deltarune is that it exists in like both, like satire and sincerity kind of intermingle and exist at the same time, which is like something that's really neat because not a lot of stories can capture that. And because of that, it makes, the moments where something silly happens, like the silly stuff you care about, kind of like when you play D&D. Like when you have D&D, right? And there's like a character that's just for comedic effect.
Yeah.
But all of a
Right.
sudden, if something terrible happens to them, you take it sincerely, like you take it like real because it's like, well, you care about them.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what Deltarune is for me. It's that feeling, but the game.
So it's like satire or like comedic drama.
Well, maybe it's something that like you're so used to seeing something like a billion times, but then to actually get like a genuine character and then to see them suffer or see them happy, then it's definitely different because it feels more genuine.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
I can see that. I love
Yeah,
I love games like that too. Like Borderlands is kind of like that in some ways,
Yeah.
but I don't think
story-
I don't think it takes the drama or the drama. It's mostly just slapstick.
What about you, Newt? What do you like in stories? Like, like in themes, like what makes a good story in your mind?
Character development, and not
Oh,
just
yeah.
not just character development. Replayability, because I played through Detroit Become Human a long time ago, and I recently replayed it with my wife. We finished the game, I think it was last week, and she got a pretty good ending, which she liked a lot. And I know for a fact that she's definitely gonna want to go back and either make some decisions that she wouldn't have made originally. And also, aside from Detroit Become Human, I am like I said, a huge fan of character development or story arcs. Like the game for me that comes to mind the most would be Final Fantasy VII, the second remake, Rebirth. I haven't, unfortunately, had the pleasure of playing through the original yet, but it's definitely it's a journey, and you can see a lot of characters, and sometimes there is that trope where something is gonna happen, and you can see it coming from a mile away, and because this game is already like, God knows how old. It's for me, I'm experiencing it for the first time. Like, I know certain points that are gonna happen in the story, but I don't know how a character gets to that point. Like, how Cloud is being essentially brainwashed by Sephiroth, and you're seeing him struggle to find his identity in not just his own actions, but his friends and relationships.
Yeah, that game, I haven't played through a lot of it, but I know a lot of the characters. I know the beginning parts of the story, and yeah, that game is a journey, and it has also has such a huge fan base. I think that's one of the most popular Final Fantasies due to that.
Yeah, because I'm going through the older Final Fantasies, at least the pixel remasters. I'm on Final Fantasy VI now. So I'm really excited to get to the original 7 to play through that, and then eventually, hopefully, get to that third remake for Final Fantasy VII and get to experience that part of the story in its advanced setting with its graphics and everything.
And I know a lot of people hate that they said like finish the full game and all that and release it, but I heard that the original was released on 3 disc as well. So I was like, it's literally the same games then. So
yeah. Well, I have heard that the game's story is different from the original, and like, I really need to get through Final Fantasy VI just to get to 7 to, you really experience that and get to see the differences. It's like reading a book and watching a movie with the same title.
I guess a great example of that is Ready Player One. Ready Player One in the book, they did not have the glorious adventures.
Oasis.
Yeah. Well, no, there was still Oasis.
It was the.
It'd be weird if it didn't.
Yeah, my bad. No, it was he was in high school, is what it was. What was his name? Parsons.
No, he wasn't even in high school. He was like a dropout. He was like some poor kid.
He was in his school.
No, he had high school because I remember one of the challenges took place on the school.
Yeah.
School world.
Oh.
And it was like he had to go to the basement, and I think actually in the basement was where he got the what up.
Yeah, because I watched the movie first, and then I read the book, and then even then I read the book in high school, so that was like forever ago.
Did you do it for a project or something?
No, I just read it for fun.
Oh, cool.
But I like both of them. Both of them did a good well, I guess one of them is really an adaptation, but I love both of them because I feel like if the book was made 100% into a movie, it wouldn't have done it as well.
Maybe.
Yeah,
What?
they don't have Tracer in the book.
No Ninja Turtles.
But
Yeah, no, they don't have that.
No Gundams.
but like in the book, there was no race, which was the first challenge, and I think, yeah, like it was mostly just arcade games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the creator was like an old man. Of course, it'd be like that.
In the 80s, and then what was it in 2070 something?
But I also do
I don't
think
even
this one
remember the year.
had more pop culture references than the book,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and I love that because like it's like, I guess, the whole thing was one big Easter egg for the viewer.
Yeah.
But anyways, first impressions.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
went off on
think
a
we
tangent.
already exhausted everything that we could talk about it.
A little bit, yeah. We got story, we got characters.
But I also like music.
music as well. That is a huge.
Because once I
part.
played through the story, okay, Blue. Once I played through the story, I like to go back and listen to the soundtrack.
Hmm.
And like one game I did that a lot on was Doom. And like
Oh yeah.
Doom had, to me, it was one of the best soundtracks for a video game because everyone loved it, no matter who they were, because it made you feel like a bad. Future me, bleep that out.
Yeah. Yeah, music is definitely a huge part of like any story, video games, movies.
And
Honestly,
a lot of
yeah, go ahead.
a lot of music is storytelling.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Leitmotifs, dude. Heavy use of leitmotifs.
And like just being like, I love games. I will say this: I love games more than movies now because like it's one of the interactive. What would be a good word? It's like one of the good interactive entertainment that you can do.
Hmm.
Yeah, because like a movie is just condensed, what, 2 hours, and then the video game is something you actually control.
Yes.
I think I have like an answer for you for that. It's like the same way animation is for storytelling. Like for film, when you're filming something, you're filming real people, and there's like a limit to what you can do. But when you can animate something, the thing about that is that you can basically take your imagination and make it come into reality.
Yeah.
That
Like K-pop
limits
Demon
you
Hunters.
that limits you with reality. It's the same way with video games where you can tell complex stories through its medium because it's interactive. The fact that it's interactive means that the audience isn't just like a passive observer. They get to actively engage with it, and that makes it more impactful that way.
Yes.
You just brought up a really good thing. That's another thing that I look for in a video game: character creation. If you're allowed to make your own character and inside that world, like whether it's an MMO or it's its own thing, like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or Final Fantasy 14, I am a huge fan of having your, well, essentially you in the game making your decisions. And I love when they put in the credits at the end. It's like, oh, after all of these people that worked on it, and thank you, the player. Because it tells you that, this is your story. You fought the villains, you bested the evil, and to me that's honestly one of my favorite things in video games.
You made me get goosebumps on that. But yeah, I love games like that. Like it just tickles my goosebumps. Like really, like when they do stuff like that. And also music gives me a lot of goosebumps when like you hit like that climax in like ways. Like movie does that too, but a lot of ways like kind of like in game. Yeah, I'll say this in MCU because this is
built up.
Yeah, like when he builds up
Honestly.
to something, like in game the portal scene, that gave me goosebumps because like that was like 20 years of the MCU
Culmination.
packed into
Exactly.
one scene, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I'm gonna sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm a very big Final Fantasy nerd. But there is one point in the story where one of the characters, Aerith, she performs a song called "No Promises to Keep," and I honestly remember when I was playing it for the first time, it brought tears to my eyes because I'm a very sappy person, and
oh, me too.
I essentially knew what was going to happen in the story, and it was a very big moment, even though, I never played the original, like I said before. So getting to see this version of this character like sing and, say what they want to say, it was a huge part. And I remember just listening to the song on loop and just annoying my wife because I loved the music so much. And it's not just, songs with lyrics, it's soundtracks as well.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm just thinking about like music that I listen to on a daily basis or songs. And a lot of them are Final Fantasy, just because they're most of it being Final Fantasy 14. But
I
like
feel the same way.
but like music that like hits I would say is Joel's song from Last of Us 2. The when he plays his guitar.
The guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that, I kind of tear up a little bit because I know what happens.
Yeah, and it's music is such an amazing thing because, like Chooch said earlier, music in and of itself is a storyteller.
Hmm.
Like it holds memories, it holds moments, and just hearing those moments and memories, it'll definitely bring up.
But it's not just that. It's a video game. The fact that it's a video game, it's interactive. It's happening to you. You're actively
Right.
taking part in the world, and you're hearing the music. Like,
And then you think back on that like exact moment in the game too.
because it's like when we talk about music, there's always like, there's themes, like the hero's theme, the villain's theme, but there's also themes that happen for specific characters, and those are called leitmotifs. And when you hear a character's leitmotif like in a piece of music in an impactful like scene, it gives more recontextualizes who the character is, because you can associate their leitmotif with what happens next in the story. So every time you hear it, oh, something's about to go down right here with this character.
And that's why I always listen to the soundtrack last. Like I play the game first, of course, because I don't want to get spoiled.
Right.
Because you can always hear something happening in a song.
You buy the vinyl, and then the last one is the hero beats the villain.
Or the villain beats the hero. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the last pieces in the soundtrack are the mini games that no one plays.
All right, so we talked about our first impressions in video games. We talked about how story, music, characters, etc. Now, what about how long does it take to beat those games usually?
Depends on the genre. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I would say I played Control, and that took me almost 3 days, which is kind of like a Metroidvania, but I just did full-on story. It took me like, I think it said 10 hours. But that was, about 10 hours. But yeah, for me, it also depends upon the game. Oftentimes, I'll look on how long to beat, because every game is different, really. So, like,
I mean, that's kind of the nature of them, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
If all the games are the same, then I'll be
We might as well just play Pong.
true. But
yeah, no, it depends on free time too.
yeah, if I have like free time to play a game. Or,
Oh yeah, because we're all grown men. That's why.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I don't know, maybe it was grade school or something, but I had bought the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game on the PS3, and I think it was a weekend, and I finished the game in like maybe 4 hours. I think it was 4 hours, and now it'll probably take me about 20 hours just to get through one game, just because there's so much to do.
So many chores.
So when I was small, if you can believe that.
So funny.
Sorry. All right. So when I was like 4 years old, I had a Game Boy, and my favorite game to play was Yoshi's Island. The re-release they had for like the Super Mario Advance ones. So I would play the shit out of it. Oh, I'm not supposed to swear.
You're okay. I can leave it out.
All right, cool. So when we were kids, we had a lot of free time. But the thing is that we didn't just have a lot of free time. We didn't have a lot of options for games. The games that our parents bought us were the games we were left with until they bought us a new one, which oftentimes was either during your birthday or, Christmas or whatever. Depends on how privileged each of us were. But, my parents, they were poor. So 2 games a year, one for Christmas and one for my birthday. And that was it. But the thing is that I actually really liked that because I got to like replay so many games. Like I got to discover so many glitches in all my Mario games and all of it, and I just really loved it. And soon enough, I was able to get faster and faster, and I could beat like Yoshi's Island in like a single sitting, like maybe in like 2 hours, I think.
So you're like that was like your first taste of speed running.
It was like, how fast can I go? It was really addicting to like see how fast you can go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do that a lot in games now. Like I try to see how
Buzz.
fast I can get through a certain section if I played it already. Like a lot of times when I make a new character in Final Fantasy 14, I'm speeding through like the beginning section. Like I can get to like level 30 in one sitting, and just get through that. Like
I know
change,
what you mean.
get to like a new class and all that.
For me, that quote unquote speed running, that game that I speed run the most would probably be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, just because of how many times I've had to get it on different consoles, and they remake the same character and get through the story just so I could get to the DLC.
And I can vouch for that because I saw you do it live.
Yeah, you stayed up with me to finish through the entire story. And I still yet to go through the DLC.
So when I caught you playing, like how far in were you in the game, would you say?
I was like honestly right at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, the Cell Saga is pretty early on.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I just basically watched you play like a whole game, just like
Yeah.
I was basically just watching a long play, basically.
Yeah. It was from, well, you joined in around the Cell Saga, and then we finished it. Yeah, we finished the game. It was a very quick thing, just because I already know, because of maybe how many times did I tell you I played through it already? Like maybe 8 or 7.
I remember you telling me it was 17 times.
7? Oh my
Wow.
god. Yeah, I've gotten that game, and I've replayed it so many times just because of, well, like I'm a very big Dragon Ball fan, and like I said earlier, I love character creators. So I love the fact that, you know, I can be mentored by Vegeta or fight alongside Goku, and it's a big thing in and of itself. So it's a very fun game, at least for me.
Another game I do that on is Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I replay through the first section a lot, just to see what different sections I could do differently with like different classes and all that stuff. So, like for example, like in the beginning section, there is a boulder that you cannot move, but you have to have like a strong character, or so like you got to get like a barbarian or something like that in order to move it, or somebody strong.
Yeah.
And I've done that with so many characters. I'm like, nope, you can't do that with the druid or with the elephant and strength. No, you can't do that with the.
Yeah.
Does it get to the point where it's like, no other class will do. I have to play this one because I'm too comfortable with this one.
I tend to do that too.
I started out like that with Baldur's Gate. And my first D&D character, they were both fighters, and I just love the flexibility that they have. But then I started branching out. I was a gunslinger, then a rogue, and now my most recent playthrough is a sorcerer, I believe.
I think I tend to go like barbarian.
You like the strength builds?
Yeah.
Same. Whenever I play Elden Ring, it's like, you know, I could go with my favorite, like, you know, the gut sword, or I can come out as play as magic.
Yeah, when I played through Elden Ring, I think there was only one boss I used a magic sword, and that was Radon. What was, I forget the name of the blade, but it essentially, like, if you slashed it, then fire would come out, but if you charged it up, it was a moon blade. I think it was like the sword of Night and Flame or something like that.
Oh, dude, that one's awesome.
Yeah, that was the only magic weapon I used for a boss.
Yep, those stat requirements though, like,
Yeah.
I need to play Elden Ring with you guys, like just in the call or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can set up a party if we can be like
We got a healer. No, there are no healers. But yeah, I would I wouldn't mind going through Elden Ring with you guys again.
Hmm.
Because like
Just
I
'cause
never
I-
really touched it. Like I have it, but I never really touched it. Cause
I
like
platinumed it and I just gloated to so many of my friends. I had the screenshot and everything. I was like showing. I was like, look, I'm a gamer. I did it. It's
I'm a
just,
gamer.
for those,
I know Elden Ring is like the apparently easiest of the Dark Souls.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking my win. I'm dying on that hill that I was able to beat it and platinum it. Yeah, I didn't have what was it? The site? No, not the site of graces. What's it called? The little runes where you can summon people. I never used those.
Oh,
So-
the spirit bell.
Yes. No, not the spirit bell. Like when you can actually summon actual other players.
Oh, it's like the sign, the
Yeah.
something sign.
Yeah, I never used that. Like I'm not gonna say that I never used summons, but I never used the where actual people came to help me.
wasn't there like a function where people can like attack your world?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the invasion. But it's only if you're playing like with people or you willingly invite them in.
online server or something like that.
Gotcha. Because I remember that happening in my game.
Get good.
Yeah, just get good, really.
Well, they just came in and just like, well, but yeah.
Yeah. I know I played through or I started the beginning of Bloodborne because my little brother is a humongous Bloodborne fanatic and he's
Isn't
like,
that
"You need
like
to play
loved
it."
by like every like Souls player?
Yeah, at least I think so. Just because, like, what was it? From Software, they never got around to making that sequel that a lot of people wanted.
They got the Dustborns. That's like the best they got.
But very silly.
Well, I'm gonna stop the podcast here because we're at 28 minutes, and I feel like that's a good spot to leave it off on. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can visit more on my YouTube, press play, and we finally have a website that you can go to get all the links there, and also news articles. You can check that out. All the links will be on your screen. You can check it out here, and you can always come back on Mondays at 8 p.m. See you next time.
Bye. Bye. Thanks for like ending it right there. I was getting owned.